how small shifts in who turns out to vote could make the difference in the election. Trump and Harris are deadlocked in the final NBC News poll, which shows how subtle turnout boosts or dips among the few Democrats could tip the final results. It's clearer than ever after months of close polling and years of intense polarization who wins the 2024 presidential election could come down to tiny differences in who votes and who stays home. The final NBC News poll of the election found Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump tied at 49% using demographic benchmarks agreed upon by the bipartisan team of pollsters trying to best estimate what the electorate will look like this week. But an analyst of the poll also shows how the composition of the electorate and small changes in who decides to vote could lead to small but important swings in the election. In a close race that could decide who wins, the polling team has conducted NBC News national surveys, public opinions, strategists, and research associates looked at how subtle different projections of the electorate, one favoring Republicans and one favoring Democrats, would change the results. A more Republican-leaning turnout model would bump Trump up to 50% and Harris down to 48%, while a more Democratic-leaning model brings Harris to 50% and Trump down to 47%. Although all those moments are well within the margins of error, the broader point of the exercise is to show how even slight changes in who shows up to vote could have an outsized effect in the election. If the margins of the battleground states are close as they were in 2020, the more Democratic-leaning turnout universe is one that sees more women, non-white voters, and higher education voters turn out, as well as those from cities and suburbs. And the one favoring Republican rallies on the opposite: more white people, more men, more voters without college degrees, and more from rural communities. A few small demographic differences can produce different poll results. This table there are many different scenarios. So the truth is that in the compressed time frames of the election, a lot of differences from poll to poll can come down to different ideas of what the electorate might look like rather than major systematic changes in voter thinking. Simple, random chances can also affect one poll or another based on who gets contacted or chooses to answer the survey through posters. Try to correct for this by weighing that surveys. Indeed, simple and reasonable weighing decisions can move poll results up to 8 points, demonstrating how different decisions and assumptions can affect the picture painted by a survey. We'll know what the 2024 electorate looks like soon enough, but in the meantime, the analyst shows how small changes can have a big effort on a close election.